The kids that we serve in these type of programs is what they call at-risk youth. I don't really like that term, but I was that kid. I had stuff going on, but I didn't know how to deal with it. Once I figured out what worked for me, it was bad. It was violence, gangs, it was streets.
My mother is an amazing young woman, but she did have me at the age of 15. She was not a high school graduate, so she was literally working under the table so that she could provide for her 2 kids. And it hurt me to see her struggle, that I just knew that I wanted to help.
I remember living at home with no electricity, no food. My mom was using drugs, my dad was a drug dealer.
Some of my earliest memories was my father shoved my mother's head in the toilet when he used to come home drunk and beat her. It was a toxic environment, a lot of violence. I became the person who I was when I was 15 years old, was involved in taking another man's life.
Anybody who knows prisons, that's not the place where you go to change. It really isn't. It's the place where you go to be punished for the things that you've done. Your first 10 years, you're doing prison. You're fighting, you're putting your name, you're making sure nobody, looks at you as weak. You're doing everything you have to do to survive in prison.
I just always heard statistically I would either be pregnant by the time I would hit my older teens. That's what Latins and Black women are made for. Or getting assistance from the city and allowing aid to take care of me. If society says it's successful and showing progress to your future, I didn't have those examples. I didn't believe that I could be the smart, intelligent, articulate, young African-American Latin woman. Where focus goes, energy flows. What does that mean to you? About school? Doing homework. Yep. And then I made this face. Because Ian does not have the characteristics of giving up. So it was counselors at the school, it was mentors that came in, and so they would have resources, and they would have after-school programs, and they would share that information. And that's kind of my turning point.
San Quentin is built for change, where I was able to survive in prison, but it wasn't through fighting and violence and my reputation. It was about, all right, you're gonna get an opportunity to go to school. I knew UP, but I didn't know what they did. I just knew Uncle Rudy would bring kids in. To see a 7-year-old kid not to have to wait to 15 in prison to get it, this is not the road you want to go down. I think somebody said it before, it was like about the police. They're there to respond to after. We're here to respond before they ever get there and try to get them out of it. As weird as it is, it's just you just don't want to continue to relive that you were in prison, but you also respect the fact that they need to hear that.
If I want to help a group and I want to understand the strategy and the background and I want to be able to change that for good, you have to go with a tree that has bared that fruit, that has had those wounds, that has been in those storms, to come speak, because there's not going to be any sugarcoating. And that is what changes, just a program that's available to a community, to a safety zone.
There was a saying that I had heard while I was in prison was, the only people in life to get even with are those who have helped you. And so when I heard this, I was like, dang, I really have been trying to get even with everybody who's hurt me. That's what I want people to understand. Like kids is, yeah, it sucks. You have a bad life. It's not okay. But there's still good people in your life, and if you can lean on them and appreciate them, it will get you through to when you can do it for yourself. It couldn't just be you come home and you get to live your life again. It had to be you have to come home and live your life and give back this time. You have to really help people this time. So I fight for those people. And for me right now, those people are the kids.